Well, hello folks, welcome to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet and we're back here for another video, and this time we're going to be doing a little channel update. It's kind of the right time to do this. There's a fair few changes on the channel at the minute, and so I want to update you with all the things that are going on. Things that are leaving the channel, things that are starting newly on the channel, and a bunch of other things as well. Also want to have a little highlight for some channel milestones, or one channel milestone that we recently passed, which I think is worth mentioning. Okay, right, let's dive on in. So first of all, I think the most important thing to do is thank every single one of you for supporting this channel. Be that whether you've just watched a few videos, maybe this is your first video, but I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has contributed and commented and just been involved and liked the videos, all that sort of stuff. It is awesome. I want to say a special thank you to our channel members, and you'll see them on the screen now. We have 5 fantastic channel members at the minute who are supporting the channel, and if you fancy supporting the channel, there's a variety of different tiers that you can do that using, gold, silver or bronze custard. So always appreciated if you want to do that. And if you're kind of already supporting, you think, well, I can't do it anymore, I can't afford it, or I just don't want to, don't worry about it, just stop. It's all good. But what I can say is that the support from the channel members has made it just that a bit more. I feel a little bit better just maybe buying a DLC for something, which I am going to be playing on the channel, most of these things are kind of not fully covered, but you know, it goes towards it, and it just makes it all a little bit easier. So I think that's really awesome. It just makes life a little bit easier when it comes to this YouTube channel. So we have recently, or almost there, at 1,200 subs, which is fantastic. So we are moving onwards towards 1,500, which will be a great thing to be able to get to, hopefully by the end of the year, but we will see. And the big milestone that we've just hit, 200,000 views, which is mind-boggling from when I started, when we had like 3 or 4 views a day. It was unbelievable. So yeah, really happy to get all of that. I think it's a drop in the ocean compared to many other, well, most other YouTube channels, but I absolutely love doing this, and it's fantastic that people want to watch the videos and leave comments and what have you. Right, let's talk about the stuff that's going on the channel. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is the Tennis Manager content, because for those of you who have been watching the channel, you'll have realised that Tennis Manager 24 was released. As this video comes out, it'll be a few days ago now, but it's only just come out, and of course we are going to be playing it on the channel. As I make this video, I haven't started the Let's Play content, but there will be a Let's Play with a video. But what I have done is put up a first look video and also a guide to get the real name and face, real names and faces into the game, which is dead easy to do if you don't know how to do it. Head over to that guide. We'll be doing a bunch more guides and other things, which I did mean to make for the Tennis Manager 23. We'll roll those over to Tennis Manager 24, and we'll have a few of those coming out. So if you do like the Tennis Manager 24 content, then make sure you head over. There'll be a playlist dedicated to it, so head down there and check things out, and you'll be getting a lot of that content coming up over the next few weeks. I'm hoping to do a couple of episodes of that Let's Play a week. I haven't quite worked out the schedule yet. If you're worried about the Tennis Manager 23 playthrough we're doing, don't worry about that. That will continue. Really enjoying that, following Krusty Bun in the Custard Tennis Academy. He's already up into the top 30 in the world, and we want to take him to world #1 if we can, and let's see if we can manage that. So yeah, don't worry about that. That will continue indefinitely, well, for as long as I feel it needs to. So if we get to that world #1, or we just kind of reach a sort of a place and we're just not able to get higher than that, then that might be when we call it, but that doesn't feel like it's happening anytime soon. So that's the Tennis Manager content will continue. So In terms of stuff that has left the channel, if those who were watching the gas station simulator content, we did a complete playthrough of the Tidal Wave DLC, which is essentially gas station simulator, which is where you're managing a gas station and trying to upgrade it to make as much money as possible. But it's that, but in the context of a tropical island. So you've got this gas station on a tropical island. You're filling up boats, and you've got windsurf rental and scuba diving rental, and you've got a shark trying to come in and attack you all the time, or attack your patrons. And you're trying to manage all of this without going completely mad. It was a lot of fun, and I've done a review of that DLC as well. So there's 12 episodes of that if you're interested. And that finished, I think, it's a few weeks ago now, but it was a really fun playthrough. And if you want to watch it, you'll find it in the gas station simulator playlist. That's the word. There are a couple of DLCs that have been announced for Gas Station Simulator. The Car Junkyard, which is apparently going to be in the second quarter of 2024. So it doesn't feel like that's a long way away, but we'll absolutely be coming back for that. And the Shady Deals DLC, which has been on the horizon for a long time. And apparently that will be arriving in quarter number 3 this year. So looks like we've got some more content for Gas Station Simulator to come in, and of course we'll be having a play through of that. Okay, so what this channel started with was just exclusively Football Manager content, and of course we continue to have Football Manager content on the channel. For those who are watching at the minute, we have a Football Manager 24 playthrough with Wisla Krakow, and we essentially reached the goal that we were trying to do. That's a bit of a spoiler, apologies if you haven't got there yet, but we got to the place where we needed to in the last episode. And what I want to say there is thank you for the people who commented about what we do next. And the plan is with that, we are just going to see how far we can get into Europe the next year. So in the Champions League at the minute, but we'll see how far we can get in Europe the year after. And then at that point, we will shut that save down. And what I'm planning to do is to start a new short-term save until the end of the year in a small nation somewhere, and just sort of seeing if we can win the league in that small nation. Not entirely sure where, but I will put a poll up on our community tab once we're in a place to be able to do that. So keep your eye out for that, and leave any comments down below if you can think of a good idea for a nation that I should fit in there that I haven't put on the channel before. South Africa was mentioned, but if you've got other ideas, put them in the comments and I'll add them to the list, and we'll put those into the poll. So I appreciate that. If you're enjoying the FM23 content we've got on the channel, the ABC Journeyman, which is 160 odd episodes in, it's absolutely mad. That of course will continue until we win the Premier League. So that is a long way away. We're in the Championship at the minute, club number 9 at the minute with Coventry City. It's a mad concept. Basically, I started out at a club starting with a letter A, and I could only then move to clubs starting with the letter A unless I won the league or won a cup. And as soon as I win a league or a cup, I can add a letter to that. So currently we've got all the way from A to F. Those are that's the range of letters that we can go to. The first letter of the club that we can go to. So a bit of a different one, but I'm enjoying that, and that will continue until, well, for as long as it needs to. If it needs to continue into the next FM cycle, it will do. So those are sort of 3 of the major things. The other thing on the channel, of course, is the driving simulation games, ETS2, and so we have a playthrough of ETS2 that's been going on since last summer. I'm really enjoying that, and for those who've been watching and those aware, you'll know that you'll know that SCS, the manufacturers or the developers of ETS2, have just put out the 1.50 update, and within that update there's some big changes to the European map. So there's a complete rework of Switzerland, a complete rework of central Germany, as well as the addition of a test centre in Sweden for trucks. So there's like a test track that you can go on. So all of those things we want to have a look at, and we're currently driving around Switzerland looking at the really cool new routes that they've put in, including an absolute fabulous one apparently, which I'm hopefully going to be doing next up, driving underneath Mont Blanc, which sounds amazing. some of the screenshots I've seen are absolutely gorgeous. So really enjoying what I've seen of the Switzerland rework so far, but I think there's far more interesting places to look at. But yeah, you'll have to dive into that series. We're about 80 episodes in, so if you want to go back to the start and watch, by all means do. We have, of course, in the future, I don't know how far away, the next thing up there will be the Greece DLC. We'll absolutely be doing that, having a good look through Greece once that arrives, and doing all of the associated achievements. So if you're looking forward to any of that, then this is the place to be. So final thing, I want to think about the future. What games will we be bringing to the channel? Well, one thing I did talk about was the possibility of playing Frostpunk 2 on the channel. And I did mention, well, we'll do that once the gas station simulator save is finished. Well, that's not going to happen because Frostpunk 2 hasn't been released yet. It's 25th of July is the release time. So that will happen once it is released, and I am quite excited about playing that game. If you're not aware of what it is, it's made by 11-Bit Studios. They are the folks that made this War of Mine, and if you're not sure what that game is, it's an awesome game. Go and have a look at the playthrough I did a while back now, but it's well worth having a little look at that. It's a real epic of a game, as you're in this house trying to survive this sort of this civil war, yeah, try not to die basically. But it's this kind of weird survival thing where you're going out scavenging for supplies. There's an entire board game that they made for it, which I'm quite interested in getting. But anyway, yeah. So essentially Frostpunk is a city survival game. It's set in an apocalyptic frozen wasteland at some point in the future, and you're essentially trying to build up a community. You have to make really tough decisions to allow your community to survive, so you implement laws and things like that, but you're also building this city around this central heating source and trying to kind of scavenge supplies and then go off looking for bits and pieces to try and help yourself get out of it. I don't know what the end game is of Frostpunk, but it's a real fun sort of city building game in an apocalyptic landscape, which always sounds fun. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then expect to see the Frostpunk 2 series coming on the channel. If we got time, we may even do a very swift playthrough of the first game, just so to whet your appetite, but possibly not. Anyway, folks, that's everything I wanted to talk about. If there are any bits that you want to you pick up on, any questions you want to ask, make sure you drop those questions down below in the comments. Very happy to answer all of those. If you've got ideas on other games we can play in the future or other things that we can do on the channel, please drop those below. We've had a few of those. Some of them, I think Grand Theft Auto was mentioned. It's not really my bag, to be honest. I think we want to stick in the sort of simulation-based game genre, but I do kind of like the sort of survival, apocalyptic survival games as well. So you might see a few of those appearing as well. It's a bit of a mixed bag, and not everyone's going to like everything, but hopefully there's something for everybody on this channel. Anyway, folks, that'll do. If you did enjoy this, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you do. See you for the next one. Goodbye.